Hello and welcome to this episode of the Be Natural podcast with our friend from the percussion team, Aisling Ardiff. Aisling, welcome to this episode of the Be Natural podcast.
Happy to be here.
Excellent. So do you want to tell us where we are today?
Yeah, so we're in Botanic Gardens today on a lovely hot day.
Yeah, it's roasting. Why did we choose Botanic Gardens today? Why is this somewhere special to you, or do you enjoy coming here? Or
Yeah, I do come here a lot. I go to uni at Queen's, so it's just a short walk away, and I come here between lectures sometimes.
Okay, cool, awesome. So today we're going to find out a wee bit more about you, about what your interests are and your experience within First Old Boys. So let's start right back at the start. How did you get into music?
So I started the clarinet actually whenever I was in primary school at the age of like 6 or 7, just with the EA Music Service, who gave us a selection of instruments and we basically just had to pick.
Yeah.
And my parents always wanted me to pursue music, like to play a musical instrument. So that's why I'd done that. And
Why did your mum and dad want you to do that? I mean, are they musical or?
they are, yeah. So they didn't pursue music, but they are musical people. They met in a band, and they're mainly traditional Irish musicians, but do have some orchestral experience as well. So
That's cool.
It was
So-
important to have a musical family to them.
Yeah, that's class. And you say they met in the band. Was that over here or was that somewhere different?
That
or-
was in England. So
Right.
my parents are from England originally.
Okay.
Yep. My grandparents are Irish, but yeah, moved over here.
What part of England are they from?
So my mum was born in London and my dad was born in Birmingham.
Well, okay, so despite having parents from Ireland, they both grew up in completely different parts of England and they met each other through, was it an Irish trad band they met through?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Wow, okay, cool. And what instruments did they play in the trad band?
My dad played the accordion, my mum played the fiddle.
That's awesome. So they met in England. This is obviously before you were born. And then how did we end up with Aisling from Ballymena?
Yeah, so like I said, my grandparents were from here originally. My mum's side, my granny was born in Portnoe and my granddad was born in Derry.
Right.
So just to be closer to family, I assume they moved back over. My mum did her A-levels here actually and then went back over to England for uni. And then they both settled down here and had me and my sister.
Mad. And when would that have been? Sort of the 1990s and around that era?
Yes, around late 1990s, yeah.
So that's a bit crazy. So given the sort of history of our country, to have people move into Northern Ireland from England, given everything
Yeah.
that was going on, that's a bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, have they ever talked about that or?
Not extensively, but it's definitely an interesting time to move over. But it was definitely when that had sort of simmered down a bit
Okay.
in the 90s. So yeah.
But yet, I think I remember you telling me once, although it had simmered down, but the day they got married was the same day as the Oma bombing, am I right?
It was, yeah, August
Which is
15th, 1998. Yeah.
Which is crazy. I can only imagine what a young couple thinking of having a family over here must have thought the day they're about to start that journey and the Oma bombing goes off.
Yeah.
Crazy. Obviously, I'm guessing because your parents are like involved in or were involved in Irish trad groups, are you into that kind of music as well?
Yeah, it's definitely not my main sort of style of music, but I would go to like Cultus every week, which is like a session kind of thing.
Right.
But it's like every week.
Give me more detail. What is that?
Yeah,
Like
so-
I'm sitting here, a wee fella brought up in a broad town. Cultus sounds like something like you have at your Chinese. What is it?
Yeah, so basically it's in Portnoe. It's part of the Portnoe CCA. My sister was originally in it because she's a traditional fiddler and singer. So I'd heard that she started going, and then my mum started going. She
Right.
started learning banjo, and then she went up. So I was coming down on a Wednesday for work anyway. So I decided to come down, and it's in the Wild Duck, and it's sort of like a pub restaurant kind of
Okay.
event venue kind of place. So it was very casual, very laid back, and you just get together and somebody will start a tune. You just join in if you know it. If you don't, you just sit and listen to it.
Class.
So it's good crack. It's a nice experience.
So basically what I'm getting is you, going back to what we said about school, so you obviously grew up in quite a musical family.
Yep.
Is that why whenever the music service came in, you jumped at the opportunity to learn a musical instrument?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, cool. And what
I'd grown
was
up around it, so I knew it was what I wanted to do.
the instrument that you ended up choosing,
I chose the clarinet.
which you have continued to do?
Yes.
And it's madness to all of us that the instrument that you play with First Old Boys is actually your second instrument
Yeah.
because you're so flipping good at your second instrument, percussion. So how many years now have you been playing clarinet?
So I've been playing since I was about 6 or 7, and I'm 19 now, so a couple of years anyway.
Couple of years.
couple of
Try
years.
13.
Yeah.
Amazing. And What age were you whenever you realised that you wanted to have a go at percussion as well?
So I was actually given a drum kit whenever I was around the same age as I picked the clarinet,
Okay.
around 6 or 7. And I sort of played around on it experimentally, like for a couple of years. I don't know how anybody...
Being a parent now, I can't see any reason why anybody would give their child a drum kit freely.
I
So
know.
what was the motivation behind that for your parents giving you a drum kit?
I mean, I'd maybe shown an interest or something. My dad was a drummer.
Okay.
So,
And where did he play drums?
So he did a few brass bands over in England. So he was a
Right.
percussionist and done a wee bit, some jazz bands as well for kit.
Cool.
And, yeah,
So did he play in contesting bands across the water?
I believe so, yeah.
Do you know the name of any of the ones that he played with?
He played, I don't know if, I think one of them isn't still running, but Sovereign Brass Band and Banks Brewery Brass Band over
That's amazing.
in Birmingham area.
So he was playing in contesting bands when he was younger, and then out of the blue, which we'll get on to later, you pick it up as well.
Yeah.
But sorry for stopping you there. So that's the motivation then, why you had the...
I would say so, yeah. I don't entirely remember, but I just remember being given it, and I didn't even notice it at first. I just walked into the room and was like, what? And then huge drum kit in front of me. So
Class.
I played around on that for a few years, and just I didn't know how to play. I was just doing it myself, and then I started getting lessons when I was maybe around 10, like late primary school. I just did it as sort of like a hobby. I never saw, because I did clarinet and piano actually growing up. That was what I did grades on. I did classically, and I took it more seriously than I ever did drums. Drums
Class.
is like a hobby, so I'd play like rock and pop, and
Yeah.
I didn't really take it too seriously.
Okay.
But then percussion, like I remember hearing, I grew up with like the music of Evelyn Glennie.
Okay.
She's like a Scottish percussionist.
Sure.
She's definitely one of my inspirations, but hearing her play like the Flight of the Bumblebee for solo marimba and all that really, I really took an interest in it after that, and I thought, you know what, maybe I'll take this more seriously than I am. So in the Northeastern region, like orchestra, I switched from doing clarinet to doing percussion in 2019,
Class.
and that was when I started doing percussion.
Class. Awesome. So then after you did the sort of EA stuff through school, and for those that don't know what that is, that's our education authority sending people into your school to teach you musical instruments. What was your next stage in your development? Did you go and join any outside of school groups or anything like that?
I did actually. So I did the Ulster Youth Orchestra last year.
Okay, and for people that don't know what that is, what is that?
So I think it's from 14 to 23, if I can recall correctly. And you just apply, audition, and you have to be grade 7 standard.
Okay.
And that's how you get in.
And I mean, did you? Oh, there's a wee vine. What? How long were you involved in that group for?
So I just joined last year, and I'm doing this year as well. So
Nice.
I've been in it for 2 years now.
Cool. And obviously, if you've done it for 2 years, this is your third year, is it?
This is my second year.
Oh, this is your year
yeah.
too. Oh, right. Okay. So last year was your first year.
Yes. Yeah.
So how did you get invited? Like, because that's quite far on to decide to join the group, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide to go for it, or did somebody approach you?
It was actually my teacher. So I was taught by Gordon Cobain, and he was
Gordy.
the one that he was the one that suggested it to me, because a few of his pupils had done it before, and he thought I was capable. So
So
for it.
that leads nicely into how you actually ended up becoming part of 1OB First Old Boys.
Yes.
Because I was invited by Andrew, the tuba player, to come and take part in one of the EA concert band concerts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I walked in and took part in the brass thing, and I just happened to go into the rehearsal for the main orchestra.
Yeah.
And there you were playing percussion, and at the time we were looking for a third percussionist, and I was like, oh my goodness, it was like I discovered, I don't know, like, this is a wee bit dramatic, like, but the next Cristiano Ronaldo or something in terms of percussion, because we were really lucky in our band that we have 2 percussionists at that time who were probably 2 of the best players in the band.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And then to try and find that third one was really difficult, and I was raging at Andrew. I said, why have you not invited her down? And then we invited you down.
The Be Natural podcast will return after a short ad break.
Facing the fame, the plans that we made, walking in a wheelchair one night.
So this was your first experience of brass banding, I believe. Is that
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Coming down to
it-
1OB.
It was, yeah.
What was that like? Tell us about it.
It was completely different to any orchestra or even a concert band that I'd been. I remember, I'll never forget the first rehearsal, and just the minute you started with the first hymn, just the sound in that room, it was like, I've heard brass bands play before, but to just be in it was a completely different feeling. Like, it's hard to even describe that first moment of hearing you play. It was unreal.
And you talk about the difference in sound and stuff like that. From a percussion point of view, is the music much different than what you would play in an orchestral stuff, or is there quite a lot of crossover, or how would you describe that?
It is quite different, I would say. There's more to brass band music, almost in every way, because in an orchestra you can be counting like 300 bars doing nothing. But
Right.
in brass bands it's very
All the time
hands-on,
on the
all
go.
yes, absolutely.
Cool. And so obviously, if it was your first experience of brass banding, it was also your first experience of a brass band contest.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Coming from absolutely no experience of brass banding, and I think, how many weeks rehearsal did you have before the first contest? It can't have been many.
Probably not, yeah.
I'm going to say 5. What was that like? Because it can be a bit of a bear pit. What was your experience of your first brass band contest?
I was definitely nervous. I remember being very nervous before it, because obviously with orchestra music you don't compete. That was completely new to me. I've competed as a soloist in like the Ballymena Festival on the clarinet, but I've never competed as a group.
Yeah.
So it was completely different. I was nervous, but I thought it was really rewarding after we'd done it.
Yeah.
It was a really good experience.
So talk about the nerves thing. I mean, where did that come from? Did you feel the nerves because the group that you were playing with put pressure on you, or did you get nervous because of your own? You wanted to be great in your own personal. Where did the nerves come
It was
from?
absolutely my own kind of.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's sort of like an imposter syndrome, or like I wanted to do the band proud. I wanted to, because I was now part of it. Like I wasn't part of it before, so I didn't really have that too much of an attachment.
Got you.
But now that I did, I wanted to do the best I could.
Yeah.
So that was where the nerves definitely came from.
Yeah. And as you know, like, I mean, I'm probably one of the worst in the band for being competitive. But I just remember after that first performance, in fact, I remember I'd already known before the first performance, but after your first rehearsal, I remember saying, yeah, we've found a gold one here. And it's nice that you didn't feel the pressure from us, because sometimes I think in any brass band contesting scene, there is quite a lot of pressure, and a lot of it we put on ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's refreshing to hear that the pressure that came from you rather than us.
Yeah, it was the complete opposite actually, because I was vocal about how nervous I was
Sure.
to like Connor and Nigel and Tom and all, and they were so reassuring.
Awesome.
Just telling me to do the best I can and be confident, and it really, really genuinely helped.
Awesome. So you actually have one of the few people in brass band contesting that's actually never lost a contest.
Yeah.
So I think we've entered 4 contests in your time, and we haven't lost. So that will more than likely change this year. Just the laws of averages. What has it felt like being part of a successful competitive group? What's that felt like?
Honestly, to me, I don't really sort of get into the competitive side of it.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I just love our performances. I just
Yeah.
think if we've done a good performance, I'm happy.
Yeah.
If we were the lowest ranking and we still had fun and we still had a good performance, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I am slightly different from that, where I would be annoyed if we played really well and didn't place in the top half, because that's why we enter the competition side of it.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with you, and I think where we have gone to bickies, but before you were in the band, where our nerves went that you were talking about was we took it far too seriously. We were way too focused on results rather than performance, and I think for me we've changed that in the last year. So it's amazing to hear you say that. And I think that's actually when results come, is whenever you enjoy the performance and give a better performance.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you're not really interested not as interested in the competitive side, but you were part of the band that went to Groningen and achieved, something which we've strived for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Despite only being in the band for a year, tell me what that was like that weekend.
I think in the winning moment, I think it was just lovely to see how everybody else was reacting, especially people who've been in the band far longer than I have,
Yeah.
who've been working for this for years. And I just think, that it was lovely to see how they reacted, because I still felt that pride and joy myself, having not been in the band as long, but just to see other people's reactions was really lovely. It's hard to describe that feeling that we all went up. I actually was looking away from the screen at the second our name went up, so I just saw everybody rise up in front of me.
Class.
And it was effervescent. Like, it was unreal.
Amazing. And obviously we talked about I had invited you to come down after seeing you play at the school concert thing. What has made you stay?
I think the real sense of community that we have.
Okay.
Because having never been in a brass band myself, I'd only seen performances, and I didn't know how much of a social thing it really was.
Yeah.
And how close-knit everybody really is. Because in an orchestra, sometimes it can feel like people in different sections maybe don't, because there's so many people in an orchestra, it's hard for everybody to sort of mingle, but because we're so close-knit and we're all the same section pretty much, it feels that way. It feels really nice and
awesome.
Lovely, yeah.
And is there anybody in the band who you would think was a person or people that made you feel really welcome and made you feel that sense of community?
I mean, I think I have to give credit to you a lot.
No, cut that.
No, I'm being serious.
Cut that.
I'm being serious. And obviously Connor and Drew have been massively helpful. If I don't understand something, they'll come straight over and help me out. So definitely, I have everybody to thank though. Everybody's been so welcoming. There's not one person that I haven't been welcomed by. So it's really, everybody is lovely.
Awesome. That's nice to hear. And again, that's something that I think as a whole band we've really tried to work on. Is that sense of community. So it's lovely to hear somebody that's, I mean, you're part of the band now, but you were a newbie a year ago.
Yeah.
That's your experience over the year, and hopefully that can continue with any new people that come. That's the present. That's where we are now. What's the future look like for you? So in terms of, you're at university now, and you're studying.
I'm studying music.
But why specifically have you chosen, what's your career that you want to go on after this?
I would love to do film composing.
Awesome.
I think anything music related, I think I'll honestly be happy with. I just love it. There's nothing else I would have done. So anything that sort of borders media and music with films or video games or anything, that's what I would love to do.
Okay. And why? Why choose that?
I have such a big interest in film as well as music, and I've always been so inspired by film soundtracks, like growing up in film scores, like Danny Elfman scores I definitely grew up with listening to, and it's just
Batman.
100%, yeah, class. There's nothing else I would love to do. I think that's just it for me.
Amazing. So you've got, how many years left? 2?
2, yes.
And what happens after that?
I'm hopefully doing a master's in film music.
Nice.
Film and video game music, yeah.
Excellent. Well, look, thank you so much for coming out and having a chat with me today.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. And I think we have rehearsal tonight, so I'll see you there.